Losing fights in Zero Build is frustrating, and even more frustrating when you don't realize what you're doing wrong. So today I will share the 4 most common mistakes that lose you fights in Zero Build, including the major reason why sliding in Fortnite can be the worst thing that you can possibly do. But before we get to that, let's talk about the first mistake that you're making, and that is wasting your stamina. This may be one of the main reasons people are losing fights in Chapter 6. With the addition of the Typhoon Blade, managing your stamina has become very important. I have lost numerous fights because I overuse my stamina, or perhaps I win a fight and a third party comes and I am not able to properly disengage because I have no stamina. And I know for a fact this happens to you. So here's some things you need to do to conserve your stamina and a great way to practice doing so. First, you need to build a habit of looking at your stamina bar. I know some people even increase their HUD settings to be able to use it much easier, but you need to treat it the same way you do your health bar. Simply having more awareness of your stamina bar will make it easier to conserve it. Secondly, utilize the sword as much as possible. Now, when you hold your sword out, it takes much longer to run out of stamina. So a lot of times when you are in the middle of a fight, just pull out your sword without jumping or dashing, as this is definitely helping your stamina be reserved. Jumping and dashing is amazing movement, but if you overdash, like I did here in this example, you will be stuck completely still and it won't matter if you have the advantage in the fight because you are now a sitting duck. On top of that, keep in mind that sliding does not use up your stamina, which is why bunny hopping and sliding at the same time without pressing your sprint button can be so effective in the middle of a fight. And the last tip to conserving your stamina is always mixing in a slide when you sprint. If you spam your slide button as you sprint, you basically save twice as much stamina as you would just sprinting. And this is 10 times better when you combine it with having the sword out. And now let's move on to the second mistake you're making, and that is running away from fights. We have all been in a situation where we get jumped out of nowhere and it feels as if the only option is to run as much as possible. But if you're fighting a decent player, running will actually give you a lesser chance of winning that fight. And well, why is that? Well, it's actually pretty simple. When you are running, you are not looking at your opponent, therefore not gathering any information about them. And a lot of times your opponent could be leaving themselves vulnerable in the open, giving you some free beam. So instead of running, simply take cover. You definitely shouldn't just turn and shoot, but don't run until you have distance. Simply run into cover, even if it's close to your opponent, because 9 out of 10 times the opposing player will make a push on you that will leave them open. And let's take this fight I took here for an example. So here I get cracked as I'm looting this chest, so I instantly pull out my sword and take the next possible cover, which is that bush right in front of me. I then instantly turn around to gather information and I spot the player shooting me out of a bush. And here, instead of using my Oni mask and fully disengaging, I'm using my AR to see if this player will get overly aggressive. He continues to spray through the bush, knowing that he could probably kill me if he